Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
It showed unmuted. It showed unmuted. How's it going? Welcome in, AAB, good guts. How's it going? It's because I was tweaking some settings and I muted it in one place and another place, but unmuted it in one place. So, yeah. So you can hear now? I mean, there's a simple solution to that. You can just mute it yourself. that's not for easy peasy. Yeah, happy Tuesday. Welcome. You guys doing well? I've had some adventures. Some good, some not so good. Well, I say not so good. Less good. Some good and some less good, but they're not bad. So, to make it clear. You were hoping I would do a sign language stream, Sag? I can do sign language, yeah, here. I know sign language. Anyway. Yesterday, I didn't stream because yesterday I have a US tax guy, and I was like, okay, well, it's about time that I, talk to him because I have all the paperwork. The last thing from Canada's coming in. I might need that, so I'll call now and see what I need. So I call him, we chat, and like within 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, well, this conversation's over because he just admits that he has no idea how to do taxes considering I'm in Canada. So he's like, you have to go somewhere else. I'm like, crap. So the tax guy I've been using for years, I can't use anymore, basically. So, yeah. Basically, I need to find a new place to do taxes. And, right? So, he mentioned, like, H&R Block, which, if you don't know, is a company, like a huge company that does taxes for people. I was like, I wonder if there is one around here that's, like, in Canada, in general. Turns out there is. Pretty much across the street. Convenient. It's not literally across the street, but it might as well be across. Across the street. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be like, okay, I need both. I have U.S. taxes to do. I have Canadian taxes to do. Can I at least do the Canadian taxes here? Because I still need to do those, because those are going to be complicated still. Because I get for the same reason as the American ones, because I have both. I'm like, and then my dad knows a tax guy. He's reaching out to them. Okay, cool. So I'll have like options. I go there. I'm like, and I just ask like, hey, like here's this. And they immediately like, oh, the branch a little bit further down. Like 10-minute drive or an hour walk away, can do U.S. taxes too. I'm like, what? So apparently, here in Canada, there's H&R blocks that can do both U.S. and Canadian taxes in one fell swoop. Can he at least try? It's not about trying. If he messes up, I get audited. I don't want to get audited. Simple as that. You don't just try on taxes and fail. That's not how that works. You do it properly or you get audited. Or you get fines. In the UK as well, probably in some different locations. So I was like, oh. So I might just do both taxes now in the same place. So I'm waiting for one last thing, paperwork from Canada. to do hopefully both taxes at the same time. Hey Anthony, hey Mike, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. So at least I have an option now. We're learning how to do them properly, Anthony. Very different. The exact opposite, one might say. Yeah, the exact opposite. So yeah, so I guess I'm waiting for my last tax stuff, and then depending on when I get it and when I can schedule an appointment, I'll probably have to miss another stream at some point. Is my guess, unless it works out that I can do it on the weekend. Who knows? I don't know how busy these places are. Usually, I don't know if I need to do multiple meetings. Never done this. So, I don't know if I just go in and give them paperwork and they do it right there, or I give them paperwork and then they do it later, eventually, one day. I don't know. Point is, I might be going for another stream at some point. But that's why I wasn't streaming yesterday. Mike, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you. But so that was the less good news. The good news: go in, drop it off, wait about a week or two, and go pay them, and you get a return. I don't know if I'm getting a return. I'd like a return, considering I've been paying double taxes for 6 months, but I guarantee nothing, so I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, I assume you've done with them then. Do I need to print everything out then? Because I have some things digitally, but I assume I need to print everything. There's gonna be voice next time. You'll see something, but yeah, there's TTS if you do yes, print everything. Okay. There's TTS if you do the super chats on YouTube, where you actually send a message. There's TTS if you do the channel points on Twitch, or if you do bits. It's $1. It's over anything over $1 basically. Or when you resub, you can type in a message when you do share. It also reads those. Yep. There's lots of places to do TTS. Just nobody does it. Okay, AB, since you know about it, do you, besides the tax paperwork, is there anything else I need to know about that I need to print a copy of out of curiosity? Or, because I assume just the tax stuff is all I need. I don't know what else I could possibly bring with me that I print, but I assume that's all. Hello. I guess I could just call them also. Anything you want to claim? I don't know. I don't even know if I can claim. So it's so so the reason it's so complicated, guys, is so here's how last year has for me. Okay, just so you understand what a mess taxes are for me last year, or just why I'm not doing them myself. Last year's Canadian taxes, I did it myself. I had one form, I filled it out online, did it myself free. It's awesome. But last year, I had 3 months at my old job in Canada on a work permit while living in Canada. Then I had about 3 months of unemployment in Canada while living in Canada. Then I had 6 months of US employment while living in Canada. Then I also had YouTube and Twitch, which I theoretically can write things out off for, but it was all this time considered U.S. Taxes while living in Canada. I don't even know where any of that files. I'm like, I don't. So normally that's why I'm getting tax people to do my taxes, Mike. Exactly why I'm getting tax people. I don't know how to do this crap. But that's why I need tax people. It's not because I make a lot of money. It's because last year I just had so many people. And right now I'm permanent resident in Canada. So which is so my social insurance number is different. I don't know if that matters. Point is, dear God. Yeah, I should be able to, but I don't know how that works. So that's, again, tax people. Take out a loan payment. No. Anyway, but normally in the past, because it's a 1099, I think, for like Twitch and YouTube, I can write off tons of stuff. Like, because I just. And now, and when you're like making games or working in the 3D, because I also did like freelance 3D stuff in the past. And when you're doing freelance 3D stuff, you could write off so much. Like so much. Because, right, games, movies, research, tons. Speaking of research, I've been started playing through Final Fantasy Rebirth. And I didn't realize it was in Unreal Engine 5. It's pretty cool. Just random side thing. Don't have to write off cash, huh? Well, I don't get cash for anything. But yeah. The funny thing is, so Twitch and YouTube both gave me tax forms for the little bit that I got, but Patreon said I don't hit the threshold, so they didn't even give me any tax forms. Oh, in reference to my 3D contract work. I don't know. Those are never cash. Not for the stuff I do. Which is funny. I found it amusing. Like, why does, maybe because it's owned by Google and Amazon, and they're like, just give it to everyone, no matter if they hit the minimum threshold or not. Because I think under like $600 or something like that, normally you don't even need to get tax forms. Well, I made more than on Twitch and YouTube, that's for sure. Which is why I was surprised that I didn't get one. But here's the thing, though, and I think this might be why. I haven't withdrawn a single dollar from Patreon yet. Every single dollar that I've made in Patreon is still on Patreon. I haven't withdrawn it because it's basically my bank account for when I need to take that money and give to someone for my game. Because all of that money is going to go into the game. That's why I haven't withdrawn any of it. And because I haven't received anything, that's probably why, it's probably why it hasn't hit the threshold. It might be considered as zero. I don't know. Only guess. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm definitely under 5K. I'm pretty sure I'm under 4K. I've been doing this for over a year, so I ain't exactly raking it in. It's like a nice little side thing as like I'm slowly saving up to hopefully I think the goal right now is to save up enough to hire someone to do like the card designs and the art for that. But I'm going to save up quite a lot. So yeah, so that was yesterday and the story behind that. But the more interesting and fun thing and the better thing happened over the weekend. Yeah, I definitely have more now. If you go to my Patreon, you can see how much I make a month. I don't hide it. Some people do. Like, some people will just tell you how many members. You can just see the dollar amount. You know, it's not hard to figure out the math on it. What do you mean? Oh, when you go on someone's Patreon, it will tell you. Some places will tell you how many members. Some places will tell you how much money that is a month or per whatever. Some places will give you both. Some places will give you neither. The account holder has control of what people see. Yeah. I was like, yeah, go ahead. Look at it. Don't have some sort of localization? So you can see the members as different prices depending on the country. Yeah, people pay in different currencies, but then it gets localized. However, it gets localized, and that's the equivalent number. It shows the full price in dollars for me. Because I don't know if it's then shown in different currencies around everywhere, but it's shown in dollars whenever I look at it. So maybe if you look at it, it won't be in dollars. I don't know. But the point is, yeah. You can see it if you wanted to. But in terms of the awesome thing that happened over the weekend and the damn scary things that happened over the weekend. So, like I said, I started playing Final Fantasy Rebirth, or I wanted to, over the weekend, to finally start it. Because Final Fantasy VII is one of my all-time favorite games. I replayed the original multiple times as a kid. Not as a kid, like, I replayed it less than, like 5 years ago or something. Yeah, and whatever that conversion is gets added on. Yeah. So I tried launching the game, and then at the very beginning of the game, it has like loading shaders. I think that's what it was, and we get somewhere and then just close. Okay, that's not good. And then open it again. It'll get a little further and then close. Open it, get a little further and close. And you know what it reminds me of? How the packaging would keep crashing too, just arbitrarily. Anyway, I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but that's what it reminds me of looking back. But so like I got like halfway through to upgrade the GPU. That wasn't the problem. So I got like halfway through. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna Google what the hell is going on. And you can take your old one, Freezer. I have an old one in the cabinet. You can have the old one if you want. Yeah, I have a 2080 Ti in one of the cabinets from my old computer. But anyway, I went to Google, and on Reddit, of course, someone's like, update your BIOS. Hey, Joe, welcome in. How's it going? Doing well? They're like, update your BIOS. It worked for me to fix it. And then a few other replies also said like, yeah, updating BIOS worked. I'm like, okay. So, updating BIOS is terrifying. For me, at least. I don't know about you guys. It's terrifying for me. So I took a look. Okay, what version am I on? I'm doing well, Joe. Just tell some story time before we get into it. I'm like, what version am I for my motherboard? The first version. I was literally on the first version. For context, let me see. So if I go on their website, no, I don't think it was an early adopter. I think it was, although it could have been, because I got it in 2013. But so I got the computer about a year ago, I would say. The first driver was from 2023, 9/12/2023. So very possible. And then the next one was on 10/28, but I feel like they should have had a few BIOS updates since then. Anyway, the point is I had the very first one, and for reference, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 versions came out since then. So I was a little bit behind. I'm like, okay. I downloaded the latest one, and then I have a USB stick. I got the Diablo 3 Collector's Edition. That comes with a skull and the little USB stick with Diablo 2. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just put it on that. I put it on there. I run the little thing to rename it. Cool. Restart computer. Have it plugged in. Go into it. Look at the drives it detects. It detects the internal drives and doesn't detect the USB stick. Your PC doesn't even boot with the factory BIOS. You had to update as soon as you got it. Well, that's not good. But yeah, it's like it doesn't detect the USB stick. Okay, great. Boot in Google. What's wrong? Why isn't it working? Turns out it has to be formatted FAT32. I'm pretty sure it is, but just in case, I copied all of the files, all of the Diablo 2 and expansion off of it, formatted it again, put it back on there with the file. Restart machine. Second time around, all the internal drives, no extra, no USB. I'm like, okay. Well, I know for sure I have a FAT32 hard drive from my college days. Plug that in, put the file on there, restart, look at it. Nope. It's not there. But what I do notice is I have access to my internal drives. I just don't have access to my external drives. I was okay, if I have access to the internal drives, why is the right USB port? I mean, it's a USB port. As far as I know, it doesn't have to be a specific one. But I don't know. No one said anything about a specific USB port. For it just to detect that it's plugged in. But, so I was like, okay, it sees the internal drives. Cool. I can navigate those internal drives. So what if I put the file on the C drive? Remember, it only updates for a specific USB port, the red one. I have I think there is a, let me mention that, I think there is a BIOS one in the back. Was it over 32 gigs? The little one, it wasn't. It's like a 4 gig one or something, I don't remember. Tiny one. But no one online mentioned that you have to plug it into that one, so I didn't plug it into that one. So if that was the problem, then that's the problem. Anyway, but I could see the internal ones, and I have a quick Google search. I say Google search, but I was using ChatGPT to do my searching for me. It was like, yes, you can do it from the internal. People have had success, and then I confirmed it with other posts from that it's linked as sources. So okay, I can put it there. So I downloaded the latest one. I put it there. I was able to load it in. And then it says, this is not a valid driver. Motherfucker. What the hell? What if it's not a valid driver? I downloaded it from them. Using ChatGPT is like your girlfriend looking for tutorials on TikTok. No. I use ChatGPT to get a general idea, and then it comes with links when you use the search functionality. And then you use those links to then confirm the information. Also, by the way, if you ever need to do something that involves searching, ChatGPT is hot garbage. I tried out Grok on Twitter. It searches like 20 plus websites. It's amazing. It writes you documents. Jesus Christ. Like, ChatGPT might as well be a toddler in comparison to like a scientist. Jesus Christ. In at least the searching department. I don't know how it is with like writing stories or anything like that, but in terms of like actual data searching, holy shit, there's a difference. But anyway, okay, like, why is the latest? Okay, maybe because I'm going from the very first driver to the very like newest one, like 13 versions. I'm okay. Maybe it's too big of a jump. I should do like something in between first. Like, okay, I go like 4 versions up, and then I copy that to the C drive, reboot, load it. I was like, okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. I click yes, go. You're cool. Here's a Canadian computer tip. Memory Express, there are 4 in the lower mainland. I don't think there's any Memory Express near me. Oh, there might be, but I don't want to go just for a BIOS update with my whole computer. My car is dead. It's a whole thing to start up my car again, and then I don't want to take my computer. Yeah, that sounds horrible. That sounds like a terrible experience. No, thank you. No. Unless my computer is on like broken entirely, I'm not moving it from my spot. But anyway, I got into it, so it started, and then everything froze up. So normally I have a mouse control in the BIOS. No, I need BIOS update. Doing BIOS updates. So my mouse freezes up, and look, I have PTSD from my last computer. My last computer would hard freeze so many times, and then you couldn't do anything. I had PTSD, so as soon as I saw that, my heart sank. Dear God, my heart sank when I saw that it was frozen. Loading bar wasn't moving. I gave it what it felt like 30 seconds or a minute. I don't know. And you'll hear the rest of the story after the ads.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
You were LTT #1 fan. I'm surprised you didn't watch one of his. What video does he? He doesn't do like. But here's a BIOS update video. That's not the kind of videos he makes. LTT makes like entertainment tech videos. He doesn't do like guides per se, like step-by-step guides on anything. It's not what LTT does. Like, I don't watch those. I'm not subscribed to any of them. Those kind of channels. Yeah, but it has to be the right BIOS, and it has to be specifically BIOS update because different BIOSes are different. One of their 40 channels. Sure, the correct one. What? I have an ROG Maximus, some version. I have it somewhere. Copy paste. It's yeah, it's Intel. I have Intel 14th gen. I think I got Intel 14th gen around the time when it was just pretty much coming out, which is great that I learned about the 13th and 14th gen, Intel problem that was found out sometime later. Yeah, that was exciting and fun to learn about. Thankfully, it's a relatively new computer with a 14th gen, so it's not as bad as people who had the 13th gen, but still, just because it has less time to break. Okay, ads are over. So probably just needed the USB stick on the right USB. I mean, yeah, for that part, yeah. But anyway, so I hit yes, and everything froze. My heart sank. I gave it like what felt like a minute. I don't know if it was longer. I know it was I say about a minute because it felt like longer. So I'm assuming it was about a minute. Nothing moved. So I'm like, oh shit, well I gotta restart. Hopefully hitting the power button and full restarting it at this point because it's frozen is gonna be fine. So I start holding down the power button. It doesn't restart or doesn't shut down because when you hold the power button, it normally shuts down after a few seconds. And then I look over and finally it starts moving. As soon as I started seeing it moving, I'm like, let go. Please don't shut down now. Yeah, see, I didn't know about the AAB, and when I looked up how to do this, no one said anything about this, so I'll know for next time. So I'm like, okay, finally it started moving. I couldn't move my mouse. I'm like, okay, that's normal, I guess. Not being able to move the mouse while this happening is normal. Sure. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so it slowly went through all of it. And then it shut down. And then then it came up to like a little text screen and it's like updating BIOS. And then computer, might shut down or restart, whatever it said. I'm like, okay. Then it did it again. And then it was like updating like ME or something. I don't know. It did like 3 different things. And dear God, every time it came up and it was just staying there with no progress, no nothing, the amount of anxiety I had was insane. Because you don't understand, I have PTSD from my last computer freezing because of the motherboard BIOS. I have PTSD from that, basically. Not to make light of people who actually have PTSD, but it's my version of it. So eventually, it succeeded. Eventually, it went all the way through. It succeeded. And then it was like booting up. And then it was just black screens on my monitors. I look over to my motherboard, code 64. I'm like, great. So I just updated my motherboard and now nothing is loading in. What the shit is code 64? Thankfully, for another Google search later, code 64 means for some reason it's stuck like reading on a USB port or something. I'm like, okay. I tried unplugging USB ports in. That didn't help. Okay. Powered off. It powers off pretty quick. Powered back on. It loads in. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank goodness. That was like a anxiety-inducing experience. Remember how I said that I had to update to a previous version because it wouldn't take the newest one? I had to do this process again. At least once, as far as I was concerned. Because I couldn't go to the newest one. So, okay. I'm like, oh, let's try the newest BIOS one more time. Because I guess I gotta do it again. I'm already doing this. I might as well go, up the chain. Because most of the updates are all like stability and performance like updates, like all stability improvements. I want those. So I tried the newest one. Incompatible driver. Motherfucker. Okay. I was like, you know what? Before I jump, somewhere in between again, what if I just jump one version down? Just one. I tried the one version down. Again, copy to the C drive. Boot from internal. By the way, thank goodness you could just do internal. That's awesome. Go from internal again. It works. It recognizes it. So once again, this time knowing that it will freeze at the start, I installed the second round of drivers. I get this time no code 64, no extra codes. It went through everything and then booted in. I was like, okay. And since I'm one BIOS driver down, I said, screw it, I'm not doing the new one. Whatever, I'll be one BIOS driver behind. I don't want to go through that a third time. I don't. My heart can't take it. So like, okay, I'm like, cool. So then I finally loaded up Final Fantasy, and it just finished the rest of the thing. No crashes, no nothing. Like, okay, good. And that's when I had a thought. Because it came out with Unreal Engine. Would that help my packaging for my game? So what I proceeded to do was close Final Fantasy, boot up the game, boot up Unreal Engine rather, package the game, regular production shipping build, the simple one. I did the entire thing without crashing a single time. Which, if you know my experience with packaging, is not normally the case. And so after that, I did the insane thing, and I tried to package again, but a developer build, which has a little more complicated for it to do. And I went and told it to package that. And it finished with no problems, successfully, 2 for 2. So, I guess the moral of the story is Final Fantasy Rebirth has has fixed my Unreal Engine packaging problem. Because I think I can package fine now without issues. I'm pretty sure. At least we had 2 for 2, so that never happened before. So that's the good news. Yeah. That was the rebirth of Unreal 2, yeah. So it's stable now. Yes. I have over 10 hours in Final Fantasy, no issues. I don't know if I would have had issues if I finished loading everything in, but I had issues just loading shaders at the very beginning, so I assume I would have had issues later. And other than that, I've had no issues anywhere else. Yeah, so far, everything's good. You know, I jumped up 12 BIOS versions, basically. Thank you for the reason.
Keep doing this great job and building this awesome community.
This is weird. Okay, guys, that's weird. Hearing you say positive things is weird. But thank you. Yeah, so I have the ROG Maximum's Z79 Dark Hero. Is your antidepressants? You didn't mean it. Hey, you know, thank you, antidepressants again. Yeah, so go here. So this is my motherboard. That's it, and it's 300p goodness. It was no. It was a free upgrade that I lost months with my computer for. I originally had a different motherboard, one that was half the price of this one, but because my computer is from Corsair, I bought a pre-made minus a video card because I already had a 4080 because I thought that was the problem with my previous computer. And so because Corsair messed up and delayed my shipment by a lot, they're like, you get a free motherboard upgrade to this one. And I'm like, cool. I'm okay with this. Eventually, they shipped my computer with the other motherboard. They didn't replace it. And I'm like, hey, where's my free motherboard upgrade? And like, oh shit, well, you got to send it back. So I had to send it back to them, wait another like month or so, and then have him ship it back. It was like a 2-month ordeal. Dear God. But the reason why I actually wanted to push them for this motherboard specifically was my old motherboard that I originally picked out only had 2 USB slots. To say USB slots, oh my God. 2 RAM slots. This one has 4. So that means I can, if I wanted to, I could upgrade my RAM without actually replacing the sticks. I can just add on sticks, which, you know, is cheaper. But yeah, that's the only reason. But yeah, if I look at the BIOS, by the way, so this is the BIOS. I had this one, first release. This is the one I had. And then we look at here, improve system performance, improve system performance, improve system performance, improve system performance, improve DDR5 compatibility. I got to this one. For some reason, this one would not do it. I don't know. I got to this guy, which is one from October of last year. I'm like, good enough. Versus December. And the thing is, on my old computer, the problem was the BIOS as well. Even though I don't know if you guys remember, on my old PC, would just hard freeze randomly. If you were here like in the early time of streaming, it would hard freeze randomly. And like I just had to hard restart it. Like hold the power button and full on restart. And at one point, I tried swapping out everything. I even swapped the motherboard, and the problem reduced, but it never went away. And before I tried to, thank you so much for becoming a member, ADAB. Yeah, Serene. What's wrong with Serene? Serene supporter. If you haven't noticed, all my what's it called? Patreon and YouTube things are like Chill Champion, Serene Supporter, Tranquil Trail. The first letter is the same. I forget what it's called. I always forget what it's called. Yeah, all the things are different, but the first letters are the same. And the same BIOS issue at work with BIOS and 14th CPU. Yeah. Well, hopefully it helps someone. Also, AAB, you can now use the channel emotes actually now on YouTube. You can use like if you do :KRO, you can do the emotes now in the YouTube chat. You'll be the first one. I know it will crash on opening when we switch from 5.3 to 5.4. Oh, interesting. I think it's without the underscore, or did it work? Why just not see it on my? Hold on, I want to see if I just don't see it on my side in this chat. Oh, it is working. I don't see it on my side though. God damn you, streamer bot chat. I'm glad it works. Yeah, so now you have access to actually, because you became a member, I might have got a new slot. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, I saw them. Because you unlock emote slots the more members, and you're member number 3. Thank you. If I look at 2 more members, so at 5 I would get another one. Also, no one uses Brainy. I made Brainy. I thought it was clever because we're procedural minds, and no one has used it. Well, if we ever get to 2 more members, then we'll unlock a new emote. But yay! But that's the story of what my adventures for the weekend. So yay! We can now hopefully package successfully without crashing, which means we'll be packaging more often and actually finding out bugs that result from packaging more often, which hopefully will mean better stuff and better builds and all that good stuff. Yep. After 1 hour of yapping, finally some good game design. Oh, I don't know. I can't promise you good game design. Crazy? You remember where you are. I don't know about anything about good game design. I can promise you game design. Good as... But yes, game design. On Friday, we left off having left click, hold left click, and right click. The problem was the delay on this and the delay on all of these is connected, which means that when I do this, I can't left click for 3 seconds, even though the delay on the left click is supposed to be 1 second. Or whatever the delay is, yeah. So we gotta fix that. Oh. That is step 1 today. Variables and branches. So we're using a timer to basically check if we can or cannot attack. But the problem is we're using the same timer. So when I make it the 3 seconds, right, then it doesn't really work. So what I need to do is, because I decided to reuse the left and right click on the same graph, because most of this would need to be reused anyway. That's why it does this. So what we do have is alt attack, special attack, and regular attack. Because it's not one of those, then it's regular. So we would need to make 3 timers and just go to a timer based off of, or go to a specific timer based off of which one it is. Yes. So if this one's going to be enable regular, I can type. I swear I can type. Regular attack. So what we need to do basically, I'm not thrilled about having these. I'm not thrilled about having these. I should make an enumeration and do a switch on an enum. That's what I should do. So you know what? Before we get into this, let's make this an enum, and that'll be better. Do I have like an attack type already? AI attack type. I have E attack type. But this is that kind of attack type. I need, I guess, a player attack type. Player attack type. So we have default left click, hold left, and then we have right click. Call it default left click. So we'll need to set it as a variable, but at least it's one variable instead of two. Yeah. There we go. So what we need to do is when we trigger attack, it's going to be default. When we trigger, when we trigger cancel, it should be default. When we trigger this, that means we did a hold left. Such a mess. There we go. So this one is default. I don't need these. And this is right click. I'm gonna remove these timers because it doesn't make sense anymore, which means we can remove this. Okay, so now instead of on this function needs to take the enum. Hold on, can I take the enum? I think I use this for AI as well. So we'll need to update this for AI as well. I'm gonna break a lot of things right now. Call this input attack type instead. We're gonna be breaking so much stuff right now. Oh god. I just realized it's for a good cause. It's for a good cause. If we need it for the AI as well, then I shouldn't be putting this variable here. I should do it on the parent. It's fine. It's going to be our input attack type. Okay, so here we need to I can't do replace. Yes, delete it. Oh, never mind. Set input attack type. There we go. Let's do this again. So we have access to it all over the place. The beauty of parents, you can just have things propagate to all children. I don't know about real life, but definitely in Unreal. Oh my god, drama. Don't worry, I'm gonna be breaking things. Your favorite. So input attack type needs to be E. I need to change the name of it. There. Attack type. So here, let's change this from to input. Okay, so now here, okay. So combo triggered. Where do I set combo trigger? Oh, somewhere else. Great. I don't need to worry about combo trigger. Okay, so we need to do a. Not switch. I want to do a. Hold on. I check if it's an alt combo. If it is, I set it to be an alt combo. But I don't need to do that. I can just do a select here. Unless I use alt combo somewhere else? I think that's the only place I use it. It's here. So why am I setting this? Oh, if the alt account, if this is matching, then it does it. Because I want to make sure that it is. I don't need to check if it's matching anymore. Because. Oh, but I need to know what the previous one was. Okay, well, I've removed the combo system anyway, so I guess this is going to be fine. I'm just going to do one of these.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Check if it is right click. And do this. And then we wait. We're just gonna check if it is right click here. I'm going to check if it is hold left click here. And then I can remove alt attack and special attack. This will mean that attack combos aren't possible. Which I'm using for the enemies. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's good that I'm doing this. It is long-term good, short-term painful. But we don't worry about that. Oh, I can do, you know what? I just realized I can do a switch here. I no longer need to do this double select. I just do a switch. Because I'm not using booleans. This will make me even easier. Even better. And we like things better. It's almost like butter, but it's better. What? Why would you want to bully an Ian? What did Ian ever do to you? So mean. Yeah, bullying. You spread bullions on everything? Is that what you're saying? Oh, no, it's select. Switch. No, this is right. This is right. Default left click. Attack. Alt attack is right click. Special is hold left. And then we just kill all of this. Kill that. Got flat over my receding hairline. Oh yeah, the time zones finally changed. Yeah, I lost an hour of sleep for you, Gaguts. Hope you're happy with yourself. But yes, now time 1 hour back means for you who lives in a country that doesn't have daylight savings time for the next roughly 6 months, maybe 7 months, I'll be on this time. So he lost hundreds of sleep because of me? No, I don't think it's because of me. I'm like relatively sure it's not because of me. Now I can't confirm it. But so I do use it here. That's fine. I can do a switch here as well. Further select. You're the one who didn't sleep, so you blame whoever you want to. You know what? Fair enough. You know, you're delirious, and I get it. Lack of sleep will do that. Yeah, so, you know what? I get it. We all have delusions from lack of sleep. So this is random attack, this is increment attack. Or we take this, we take the last index, and we check the attack index is not equal. Oh, hold on. If it is equal, then it is this. But I want to make sure the attack index is equal or greater. If not a greater. Equal or greater. Yes. Oh, greater equal. Greater or equal. Then we do this. Just to, safety precaution. Okay. So that'll help that. You sleep 8 hours these past few days? You're sober? Holy shit, did you actually sleep 8 hours? I'm proud of you. Finally getting sleep? Good. Sleepy time, best time. There's no better time than the sleepy time. No matter what you have going on, sleepy time's better. More like 5 plus 3, but still, hey, you know what? I'll take what I can get. If you're getting a 5 plus 3, that, you know what? That's still better than just 3. Yeah, I'm gonna remove alt attack here and special attack. Everything else here is fine. Only thing that I want another variable here that tells me last input type. Because I'll need to think of how to do that later. But basically, right, if you're like, once I set up, you know, that you can attack in order, right, do the combo attack as you did before. I don't want to be like 2 into a combo out of 3. And then right click and it'll go into the 3rd attack of the right click. Actually, does that matter? I don't think that matters, honestly, now that I think about it. That just gives you more options of how you want to fight. If I have like a combo left click and a combo right click. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I need to do that. Thought about it for a moment. Realized, yeah, why would I take away that nice control for a player? And then there you go. That's that. But let's see what I broke. Starting with this. Right. Starting with my own character. So we just need to pass through. Get input attack type, and we just pass that through. And then we can kill this. And the errors are gone. And then we delete unused nodes. Goodbye. Can you delete unused nodes here? Yeah, goodbye. I like removing variables. Removing variables is good. I play and there's no problems, but that's because we don't have an enemy in the level. If I throw an enemy in the level, that didn't throw any errors, but it also didn't work correctly. No, it doesn't work, but it also threw no errors, which is the worst kind of problem. Where it doesn't work the way you want, but also throws no errors. Let's go to tasks. Melee attack sequence, melee jump attack sequence. I think this is the one. I'm gonna be reworking this. Like after I'm done with my player stuff. How does debugging a blueprint work? First you cry. I mean, really, that's just all. You just cry. Cry and hope for the best. No, well, assuming you made it, you kind of know like where things are. Like I know it's AI stuff, so I just went to the AI task of the attack, and now I can be like, okay, where's the here it does the attack combo, and here it's saying, okay, the attack combo here is default left click. Okay, that's correct. Default left click is correct. So cool. We have the quick one, which is all gonna be the same thing. But this one's gonna do the quick version. Play animation with callbacks. Oh, this was a little different, but we don't need to do anything about this one. Let's go with special attack. Hold on, for the special attack. I get the special attack. I know. Right, because enemies only have one special attack, or replace a random one of them. Makes sense. Do I have an alt attack? I'm gonna be redoing basically all AI stuff because I want to move over to the state trees, which, you know, is the new thing. They're in beta right now, but the earlier I move over to them, I think the better. But I mean, if so, why? Whoa. What? What is happening? Why am I getting pushed but not hit? Oh, hold on. I think I know why. It's because I have the attack arrow indicators. And they're not set to no collision. Which is quite important to have no collision on the attack arrow indicators. Because they shouldn't have collision. Because I think I'm colliding basically with the... Yeah, that's what it was. So in the end, it wasn't even the AI stuff. You know what? Fair enough. And that's how you debug blueprints. But yes, you're right. There is a breakpoint. You can do breakpoints. I personally never use breakpoints. I don't like breakpoints. I prefer print strings. For the simple reason is I don't want to pause when it happens. Usually whatever I'm testing, I want to see like how often is it triggering? Is it triggering? And I can just pipe in the value I want to see through the print string and just have it just update, you know, every time it re-triggers. Because if it stops there, then I'm not seeing like, is it continuing properly? Is it like... So I don't like breakpoints. The one time I tried using it, it also went to a loop, and loop just breaks it entirely. Yeah, so I like my print string. Hold on. Do I have it still? No, I don't think I do. Oh, I have this one. The only scripting I do is print string. Because it's true. The only scripting I do is print string. Let's try with a range attacker, though. You need that anti-shirt? Well, I wanted to do... that's why I have that, is I was like, would something like that work like as a merch thing? And that's why like I have that at all. So I want a like actual design, not like a shitty mid journey design. But yeah, that's why I was like, hold on, I think I have it somewhere. I can show you some of the like little tests that I did, and how it badly does text. So this was the first attempt at having it do text, which I didn't even know if it could. So this is supposed to say the same thing, and this was the text. So this didn't go well. And then it got this. The only scripting I do is beat ring. Scripting I do is print string. The only scripting I do is string. The only scripting I do is print string. So this one kind of worked. I think I went off of that one and made some variations and stuff. I just wanted to see like what it is. I don't want to like actually do like a more like my own actual design, but for inspiration, this is cool. Cause true, like I don't. The only scripting I do is print string. It's the only time I write anything in. I mean, okay, technically it's not true. I also do format text, but I feel like that's a little too niche of a node. But yeah, swap successful. Okay, so now that the swap is successful, we need to go back to what we were doing here, which is we need 3 timers. Yes. I blueprint that. Maybe. Oh my god, I need a. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna tell it to draw me something. I'm gonna see if it works. Hey, Rip and Sticks, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You got the Tuesday scaries? Hold me. Come here. Come here. Come here. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. Try one more time. I wanted to make a specific. You appreciate the digital hug? Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad you appreciate it. What? Okay. Why does Control D sometimes just not work? Control D. There we go. Finally. I want to do a switch. So let's start with this one. Start with this one. This one's going to go in here. So if it's a default left click, it'll go here. I know I said let's start with this one, and I immediately just went ahead and basically did it. So we'll do this. And then here, oh no, sorry, this needs to go here. And here, we need to do another one of these. And if it's the default left click, then we go here. Yes. I say that less definitely. If false, it goes there, which is correct, but I feel like this is too long of a line, so we'll probably make some more custom things. Okay. Damn it. Here, I'll share the result of my little, what I wanted to do. It didn't work. These are cool blueprints. Like actual, look, it almost looks like actual blueprints. So it's definitely this one. Oh, actually, sorry, definitely this one, because blueprints are usually not in. I mean, maybe sometimes they're in perspective, but definitely like this. I wanted to make a design that said blueprints greater than C++. I wanted it to create a design for me that just said blueprints greater than C++. It failed. These are cool. You know, it has plus blueprints plus. It's like, it's good. But no such luck. Oh well. Okay, so but we need basically this and this again here, and again these still. How did you not duplicate this time? Okay. Like, duplicate, just, there's something wrong with duplicate. Control C, Control V always works. Never has trouble. But duplicate sometimes will fail. I don't know why. So hold left here and right click here. Same thing. You love this song? It reminds you of Bully? This one right here is playing? Or the one that just finished? Like a moment ago. Not you. Yeah, because this one right now is from Heartbound. And funny you mentioned doors because it's called Elevation, which is very close to Elevator, which has doors. Practically the same, I know. I don't like this, but it'll work. It should work.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
This will allow us to have 3 different timers on the 3 different attacks. Oh, but then we'd have no, but then we have can attack. Then we do different checks. Oh wait, no, this is all wrong. No. It's not mistakes made, but it's... I realized something. You think about clock towers, and they too have doors. So related. Not all of them have doors. And watchtowers? What if you watch a watchtower? What if you watch a watchtower while towering over the watchtower? Well, what if while standing on a tower, you tower over the watchtowers while you watch the watchtowers? So the thing I just realized is I'm doing an add gameplay tag. Like when it runs out, I do add can attack, but obviously I would need separate gameplay tags for each situation. Here I'm doing can attack. But I guess I could just do 3. I don't want to do 3 can attacks separately. I'm gonna do 3 can attacks with a check on the gameplay tag for each scenario. I mean, that's probably the best way of doing it. Okay, I'm gonna do can attack dot yeah, so I'm gonna use gameplay tags and then just check the gameplay tag for each one. Yeah, we'll do that. Left click. So we can attack, left click. Can attack, left hold. And right click. You want me to start your own game? Start tonight with setting up a project and gameplay abilities? Nice. Nice. When the hell do you have the time? I hope that means you'll stop working as much because you'll start working on a game. That's what I keep telling people. If someone as stupid as me can make a game, anyone can make a game. Watching me should be very motivational for everyone. Realize if this dumbass can do it, I mean, really, what's your excuse? Yeah, welcome in. What are you speaking of? No. I'll hear none of it. Waiting for some Redders so I have a bit of free time. Thank goodness I don't have to wait for renders. What you mean? You are the PCG god? There are so many people better at PCG than I am. By like an astronomical margin. The only difference is they don't make videos. Or are not good at making videos. One of the two. That's the only difference. I'm good in the versatility department. That's it. So here I need to do a switch. See how this enum is turning out to be really good. You learn blueprints by watching me. Got the C++ side down, but other than accessing blueprints, you're clueless. I mean, yeah, I can't help you on the C++ side, but you know, if you have questions on the blueprint side, how I did something or how anything, I'll gladly show it within reason. I feel like I always should include within reason. To just anything, because it always sounds like a challenge, at least to people like me. Right? When you say like, oh, you can't do something, like, oh, that sounds like a challenge. Or it's like, oh, I can ask anything? Oh, okay, buckle in, no, so, you know, like, sounds like a challenge. Is it anything, really? Let's find out. So, you know, that's why I feel like I shouldn't say within reason at the end. You want an event graph use of it? Blueprint event graphs instead of... Yeah. So if you have questions about that, yeah, feel free to ask. Or don't. You know? Honestly, I can't tell you what to do. I mean, I can. I can definitely tell you what to do. You just shouldn't listen to me. But I definitely can. Physically, I am capable. You always listen to me and do what you tell me. Every legal and medical advice. I offer zero legal or medical advice, so thank you for confirming that you don't listen to me. Unfortunately, that's also why you haven't been sleeping, you know, before. Because if you actually listen to my medical advice, which I give none, you would have been sleeping. So I appreciate that you proving. I guess it's fine. No, don't start me with that. So theoretically, it should work. That's not working. Why is that not working? Oh. It's because this. Because I didn't set this. So this needs to be hold left. And then the one below it needs to be default. Duplicate, damn it. Why is it duplicating? Okay, you know what? Control C, Control V. Here we go. Default. Oh, wait, but now this can't go this way. Okay, we're going to do Control C, Control V because better. So we can't do that. We have to do it separately now. And then it would need to go here afterwards. Bypassing this. Okay. Have you tried sleeping, Madge? Yes, I know you haven't. Guts, I'm well aware. It's a joke, Guts. I know. Now whose jokes fly over their whose head? Now whose jokes fly over whose head? The first timer wasn't a joke, that's why you got heated. First timer? First time. The first time wasn't. Today was all jokes. The first time, yeah, before I knew about it. The very, very first time, however long ago that was, yeah. Of course, because I didn't know. Now, yeah, joke. But you can't get mad at somebody for not knowing a condition someone has, right? I don't assume people have, you know, X thing. If they want to tell me they do, you know, cool. I'll be more educated for it. But otherwise, I don't assume anything. I assume everything is hunky-dory, as one would say. You know everything about UE5 you should know. I know everything about UE5. I wish I knew everything about UE5. Well, I say that, but it's a lot of useless knowledge to know everything about UE5, right? Like, I'd want to know most things about UE5. Everything like this diff thing. I don't know what this diff is. I don't know what this does. It's a reversion control thing. I don't know how this helps me. It's to check if something is different. Well, if I don't have the latest version, then obviously it's going to be different. Otherwise, I don't know what different means and why I have it here. But I could know that if I knew all about EU5. It's not something that I care about. Also, let's hide unrelated. I'm afraid. You know what? I'm gonna try this button. I'm gonna duplicate all of this. I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna save. Hide unrelated. That doesn't really hide anything. It makes them slightly transparent. What's the point of this? I mean, I guess if you have a mess of things, it can show you how things connect. But on its path? Oh, I guess it... Oh, so it ignores even, like... But it is related to this because it is part of this graph. I guess... You know the difference between previous and newer? But like, as far as I know, reversion control cannot tell you what changed in a blueprint. You cannot read blueprints like that. Like, you can't tell you nodes were added here or there. So this is not very helpful to know that something changed. I can see it by an icon if something has changed. Compile from source, it takes hours? Yeah, that sounds miserable. Another reason why blueprints are better. Oh, you don't know. You just got... Okay, got it. Wait. What? Did I do the wrong thing? Default left click. Hold on. If I cancel it, it does default left click. But if it was longer, then it should do hold left. And here, when I do hold left, it does... Oh, I got it backwards. My special is right click. Aha! Okay. Getting there. Unlike some people, you know nothing, you're just a chill guy. I call cap. On all of it. I call cap on all of it. You do know things. I don't know about chill. I would call you like who's the Looney Tunes character that spins? I think I imagine you're like him. He has a big tongue, if I recall. Taz, yeah, the Tasmanian Devil. Yeah, that guy. If I had to imagine someone as you, that would be it. Based on absolutely nothing, mind you, but that is my imagination. Because if I think of somebody that has a lack of sleep, they must have tons of energy, and if they have tons of energy, they must be like Taz. That is the logic I'm going with, and that's it. I think that's just how it is now. Okay, I don't know you're short. I'm sorry, but there's no way I can possibly know someone's height from a picture. Unless you're standing next to a scale, there's no way to have. Oh, you think I remember? God, you're assuming I remember these things. If you ever measured your height, I didn't remember it. Here's the thing about me, right? If it's something I don't care about, I will not remember it. So most likely, if you ask me again in a few months, I'll probably say again that you never said it. You never said it. Because someone's height does not impact anything about them. So I never said I'm 5'7", you lying bastard. No. 5'2" now. No. Think you meant like 3'2" at this point? Okay, let's come back here. So here we should be able to do right click 3 seconds. And this is, oh, this should be able to do, this could be one timer. This should be a one timer. I just realized I shouldn't need to do 2 timers here. Short kings. Yeah. So I can attack, I can hold, I can right click, and then I can immediately right click. Oh, I haven't done the checks. But also I realized that I don't need 2 checks here. I can remove one of these. I don't need this. I don't need this, which means I also don't need left hold here. Because I want it to be on the same time. Left click and left hold, it doesn't make sense to have one versus the other. The hold is already the like the delay, extra time delay. For the record, I am 5'10" and a half. Last I checked. So I am average. I'm an average adult male. I'm not like one of those people that are like, oh, I'm close enough to 6. I'll call myself. No, I'm not 6 feet. Full F in the title of the node means function, right? So depends where you're seeing it. So if you're seeing it inside of a function, that means it's this. So if I do get original value, if you're talking about this F, that means this variable is coming from the input of the function. If you're inside of a function and you see this F, that means this is a variable from the input of the function, in case you have another variable called the same thing that is not from the input. I'm pretty sure that's a recent thing they added in, and it's really nice. You just check your 5'13"? Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Okay, so now we have this. So here, these two can go under the same thing again. So we need to check if it's can attack, and then we need to do a check has tag. This is going to be left click. I don't like how this is. Period. I don't like how this is. Let's see if I can make this do like this. So can attack and this. What's this? Here we also check the same thing. Just duplicate it all. So we'll check on left click. Here we need to check on right click. There we go. What a mess of this graph. Been 6'4" for 37 years and shrinking. Average height is 176 or 5'7". Really? Yeah, it's 5'7". In America, average is 5'9". Where I'm from, the average is well, like 5'11" and some change. So I'm below average for where I'm from. I'm below average. I always knew it. Apparently, 5'9" for the US. Japan is also 5'7", which is interesting enough. Oh, Gagats. I don't know if you're gonna like this news. Japan is 0.1 centimeters on average taller than you guys. This might be awkward to hear, but yeah, 0.1 centimeters. I know when you're talking the numbers that small, it's such a big number, but most of your provinces are on average 6 feet. I don't think that's very I don't know if that's very TOS friendly to go that far. Japanese are taller than most. See, whenever I watch TV shows or anything, my understanding was always that Japanese people are shorter than Western people, which, but on average, is accurate, to be fair. But I thought it was like a bigger discrepancy. It's not as big of a discrepancy. Like average, it said the US is 5'9" and Japan is 5'7". 2 inches is not that big of a deal. Like 2 inches is not gonna make or break things.
That's what she said.
Just for you. That's what we're talking about. Doors in games are made for giants. It's true. Doors in games are typically bigger than you need them to be. But most of the reason that is if you ever make if you ever make a door accurate size, it depends on if you're playing third person, first person, kind of like, obviously it changes, but it will start to feel almost claustrophobic in some scenarios. Hey, Stormrun, welcome in. How's it going? You're doing well? You have such a strange thing. Perspective? Yeah. You design a real house you plan to build in Unreal Engine. Third-person character, you felt big. Yeah. When you build something to scale in Unreal, it feels smaller. Now, there are a couple of reasons for that. One, depending on your actual height, this might be different because the Manny character is 6 feet. If you are below that, then naturally you'll be just smaller in general. So you would feel like you have more room.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
The other thing is, normally, like when you walk, you don't just walk sideways, like full out, like sides, you know, you sometimes like move like sideways, you like get around stuff. Like it's such a secondary motion for you that you don't think about, oh, I have a little bit less space here, but it's enough to walk by, but so you don't really think about it. So, but when you don't have that functionality in Unreal, like, oh man, that's really narrow, kind of thing. You have to place the camera in his forehead. It's also a matter, right? If you change the perspective of the camera, it will feel bigger or smaller, right? You have a huge widget.
That's what she said.
Yes, everything for battle, mostly because of sliding buttons that need the same widget. I mean, you just remember you can make modular widgets. Just so you can make functions and blueprints, you can make modular widgets. That jump scared you? Is it too loud? Or it's just you weren't expecting it? Because if it's too loud, I can turn it down. You can design a widget that does different things depending on what you do. Like my card stuff. Depending on certain scenarios, it will do different things. Because you can expose variables and overwrite them. You can, like, instead of having a start button, you know, an options button and whatever other buttons you need, you just have one button and then you just overwrite what it says and then control what each one does individually. You take a widget and put it in a widget and made a widget for the widget case. Yo, I heard you like cars, so I put a car in your car. Did any of you guys used to watch Pimp My Ride? Pimp my ride. Yes? With Exhibit. I was forgetting his name. So Pimp My Ride, if anyone don't know, basically, I'm trying to find a picture. Sure, this will do. Basically took really old, shitty cars and then, pimped them up. This is obviously a different car. When it was like way too bad, then they just got them a new car. But they like Pimp My Ride would just put like TV screens and computers in the car. They would put like ridiculous stuff that are just extremely impractical. Like they would put, you know, suicide doors in cars. These aren't suicide doors. These are Lambo doors. But they'd also put suicide doors, which you don't know are the ones that open the other way. Just because they could. It made for great entertainment, and most people, I don't know about most people, a lot of people that got a upgrade like this ended up selling the parts in their car, like all the extra crap, to just make for extra money. Popcorn machine, yeah, those are ridiculous stuff. Cars have a lot of doors. Oh my god, everything is connecting. Are there more doors or are there more wheels? Wasn't that like a question? What was the thing? So yeah, that was like ridiculous. Is there like a before and after? Yeah. They went from like a... This is a different car. Why is it giving me different cars again? Or is this is the afters? I think this is the afters. Subwoofer systems always. Here, someone had a Chevrolet van. Here, this is upside half. Like, I don't know. Toyota Celica. I mean, some of them it's hard to tell what's going on with them. But like, again, they look cool. Like this is an interior of it. The freaking piano in here. They just put a piano in this van. Just. This one has like a chocolate fountain in the car. I don't know. I wish they had the interior. The interiors are the things that are like the craziest things for these. It doesn't really show the interiors for these. But yeah, it's just insane stuff. I mean, it's again, it was a great show. Last one. I don't know if this was from the show, but it says "Pimp My Ride" in the comments. Anyway, that's that. Source compile done. 3.2 hours now to load the project. Jesus Christ. This is why I don't do C++. That's insane. They never fixed mechanical issues. Yeah, the show was not about fixing mechanical issues, although I think they did some fixing. But mostly it's about, you know, paint jobs, rim jobs, and different kind of jobs to pimp the ride. They what? Yeah, they chase the car with rims all the time, with the tires and all of that. Yeah, they work the rims. Almost every single car pretty much got new rims. That wake everyone up. Oh, I can't left click anymore. Oh, I know why I can't click. And I can't do anything. I know why. That's why. My first car, yeah, it works. This, I can't. I have a cooldown. There we go. I have a cooldown on this. Oh, why can't I left click now? Oh god. Oh god. Things are break. Oh, things are breaking. Oh, things are breaking. So that's not working as expected. Things broke quickly. Why did things break quickly? Oh, because no, this is left click, left click. This is all fine. So, I mean, really, I don't need to. This can bypass it, but sure, we set it again here. Why? Can't remove, left click attack, right click, and I get back left click and right click. Oh, that's why. That needs to do that. I think that broke it. Let's hope that was why. So we do this and then yeah, I have a big cooldown on this. And then I can go back to this, and then I can left click. If I want to, if I wait a while, I can do a quick left click, right click kind of thing. Or right click, left click. But now I have individual cooldowns on each one. So left click is a second. In 1 second cooldown, I can control this, and the right click has a 3 second cooldown. This man has like a big attack. This one has also a 1 second cooldown, just like the left click. And because it makes sense, because they both use left click, it doesn't. One's just a hold. Awesome. It's a little weird, I will say, that the animation right is a directional, so it doesn't quite like where it depends where you go. here is attacking left, even though I'm like angle, because it's not quite enough to go to the next, right? So I get it. It is what it is. But I didn't want to limit it to 8 directions. Because when you're playing with a controller, you're not going to have it limited to 8 directions either. Okay. So, we now have that. But we're not done. We also, by we, I mean I want to do it where when I hold this left click, right, this bar, the reason why it kind of goes up is because I want the strength of the attack to scale with the percentage it loads, or percentage, yeah, it fills up. So I feel like we need a attack scale variable, something like that. Question is, how do we control it? We have elapsed seconds. Which is nice and all, but we might change the duration and you need to hold it. So we don't want to just use them straight out of there. What I also have is on ongoing, we set the length of it, but we don't know the final length. So I mean, I could control. I mean, it's fine if I need to input it manually. So what I can do is, if I change the length of it, I'll need to adjust these values anyway. So what we can do is take the elapsed time, divide by however long I need to hold it for, which I think is 1.5 seconds. And then that'll be a 0 to 1 value. And then we can easily scale that value based off of how much multiplier we want it to be. So let's say if you hold it for the entire thing, it'll be 3x. And if you hold it for 0, oh, you can't hold it for 0. If you hold it for like a little bit, it'll be whatever percentage. Basically, the longer you hold it, we can make it a linear thing, which will probably be the easiest thing. So for that, do we want to just set a variable here? No, because I'll need to have access to the variable. I need to have access to the variable in the damage calculation. So I need to set the variable on the parent or we set it in the abilities damage calculations, which is the main damage calculation. Because here we get combined damage, which does all the multiplication and all that. And if we add a new variable here, we can store it here. So this is going to be Yeah, let's add a new variable. This is going to be our hold attack. Scale. Multiplier. Made a float. The only thing is, how would I control it based on which attack it is? So actually, I don't want it here. I think we want it in the actual attack. I think we want it still to have this variable here, but we'll set it probably. I'll remove it here for now. So basically, if I go to my character, here's what I'm thinking. Right, we have this attack. And I think I want to be able to specify, we have the damage scale, but I think I want a hold scale. And so that will determine how much it multiplies if it's a hold attack. And it won't do anything outside if it being a hold attack. We can just ignore it, leave it on default. But in cases where it's not, where it is a hold attack, it will use that information. And it'll scale the damage by that. I think that's the best way of doing it. Possibly the simplest way of doing it. Let's find out. Attack info. So this is attack hold multiplier. And by default, it will be 3. So if we reopen it now, all right, things need to be recompiled. Just play. There we go. So now we have the attack hold multiplier here at 3x. So now when we do the attack, not here. In the action character, yeah, some of the stuff on begin attack, no. This damage calculation. So here we can check if it is a hold attack. And if it is, then we multiply it by the duration at this point. So let's think. So I will have access to the damage dealer, character info, weapon stats. No, I will need damage attack info. Ooh, that's not from the attack. That's a damage dealer. Hold on. Receive damage info. Why am I pushing in the damage dealer instead of just the receive damage info? I guess I can do the multiplication here after this damage calculation. I can just put, see, instead of all of this, okay, I'm gonna make this better. We're gonna clean this up. I was talking about cleaning this up before, but I realized I have a struct. Why am I not using a struct? What is this? Is this not attack info? Receive damage info. Which is different. Ah, okay. Never. Why am I setting the receive? Why do I have receive damage info? Why do I do receive damage info? I'm confused by my own self. No, these are tabs. Yeah. Yeah, that when you open multiple, they just open in tabs by default. You can even put them here. I just don't like them here, so I like being able to just move them out of the way and have multiple windows if I want to. So I can just have like multiple of these. But yeah, they're just tabs. Or you meant like in here? Then yes. Yeah. When you have multiple functions in the same. Yeah, if I want to open another function, it'll just open in a tab. It's all part of the same blueprint. So everything part of the blueprint, yeah, opens here. So, question I have for myself is, why? Why is it getting damaged? Or damage dealer? This is stupid. I'm searching damaged in quotes. And it's getting me damage space dealer. No. That is not damaged. That is damage dealer. That's annoying. That should not work that way. I hate this. I want to specifically look for damaged. Here we go. Damaged. The reason it's like this is because we don't pass through it here. Instead, it's done on the attack. So execute attack. here, it does this. This is where we have the attack information. Then we have this. So here I can get it. But later on I have it just pushes it all into this either special attack. Why is it going to special attack? No, you just damaged. Yeah, or if it has this, then does special attack, which, yeah. Because it does some extra stuff, and then melee abilities, yes. So here, on the received damage info, basically I need to also have a thing that is like a damage multiplier. Or hold multiplier. I basically need to add that. Also to this. And then I can pass it through. Yep. So I need to get base stack trace. It's not here. Is it in here? Receive damage info. There it is.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Okay, pausing. Waiting. Baby. Those tabs is one of the many reasons why I cannot do C++. Because it's all just text, just down. And finding something, or finding a specific function. Yeah, I'm a very visual person. I can't. I need all these fancy colors and tabs and UI. I remember. I'll tell the story after. After the ads are done. No shame, good. Yeah, we don't kink shame here. This is a kink shame free zone. Unless you're into some weird stuff, then we'll kink shame. But, freaking hate furries? What do you mean I hate furries? If I hated furries, Mike wouldn't be here. But Mike's here. Is it pineapple flavor or orange? Pineapple with coconut. It's a coconut pineapple. So when I was in high school, I want to say, I think it was around high school, I took a college class in C++, like a beginner's C++ class. They allowed you to take them when you were in high school. And I took the class, and before I took the class, I remember, because I didn't know much about programming at all at the time. I remember there was some kind of book that my mom had learning some kind of language. It wasn't C++, it wasn't like that. It was And all it did is it showed that you can like drag out like a scroll wheel, and then you can code the scroll wheel, or you can add like a visual text box and you code the text box. And I forget what it was called. I don't think I've ever heard it since. It's probably a dead language at this point. But what had me interested? No, neither one of those. What had me interested in programming at all at the time was the visual aspect, that I could do something visually and then code it. It wasn't the coding part, it was the visual aspect of it. And so when I learned that, oh, it's all just text, I got bored real quick. You're gonna make a video about your line queue system as a tutorial, you think? Your line queue system. What line queue system? Is also why you love blueprints? Yeah. Oh, that kind of line queue. Got it. You were thinking like actual, like a queue of people in a line. Nice, nice. Yeah, do it. Yeah, there's not a lot of tutorials for like things that specific. Which, you know, is both makes sense and is disappointing. Because things that specific have a very low amount of people that are interested in that specific thing. But it also means that there's absolutely a market for it. Here's one good thing about C++, you can learn a lot about the internals of the engine. Here's the thing, DJ. I'm a kind of person that I don't care how things are done under the hood. I just need to know how to start the car and how to drive the car. I don't care how the engine is built. That's the thing about me. I still remember I applied at a job, and I've told this a few times before. I applied at a job a while back, and one of the questions they asked at the interview was, what does the metallic input do in a material? Like, what is it actually doing? To this day, I cannot answer that question. Do I know how to use metallic in a material? Absolutely. Can I answer that question? No. I don't know what it does. I don't care what it does. I just need to know how to use it. So, you know, yeah, there will be people that will know it, and they'll be better off for it, but just in that regard, I'm very carefree. You know? I don't need to know the internals. Now, and for views, more like for helping people need the aspect. Yeah, that's why I started the channel too, just to help people. I didn't think I was gonna hit 10,000 subs. That's for sure. Yeah, when my last channel that I had for longer than this one hit about 3.7k subs. That was the highest I ever had before. Now we're at 10,000, which is still crazy to say. So thank you guys again. You find some of the advanced systems are accessible from C++, but the benefits of using both at the same time. Yeah, there's absolutely benefits. But so far, working on this game, there's not been anything that I have found that I need C++ for that I cannot just do in Blueprints. Now, I'm not doing multiplayer, so I'm not doing server stuff. For a single player game, I have not found anything I need C++ for that I can't just do in Blueprints. Probably changes when I do multiplayer and I need server stuff. Absolutely. I can see that. But for this, you don't need to know how the paint is made, just how to apply it. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of person I am. Like, I don't like if you teach me, if you tell me, hey, this is how it works, I will try my best to remember it and use that information. Absolutely, but I don't go out of my way to learn it. So there was there's a TV show. I think it was literally called How It's Made. Yeah, TV series, and they just broke down how different things are done, like what like how their stuff. I know people that absolutely love the show. I watched a few episodes, and they were so boring. It was like a very monotone guy talking, at least to me, and it was like a documentary type thing. I found it extremely boring. I was like, okay, cool. But again, I don't care how things are made. I just care about the result. So for me, it was like, like I think I watched maybe a dozen episode max out of all of them when it was on. So, like, it wasn't for me. It's fine. You're a big internal knowledge guy, but mostly as Ian. Oh yeah, like if I need to know something, if I'm like interested in something, I'll absolutely learn the internals of it, how it's done, how it whatever. Like sometimes I'm like, how like if I need to build a clock or a watch or something, I would look at how the gears are set up. You know, like I'll do that. But yeah, it wasn't for me really. Want to do engineers? You wanted to do engineering, but you couldn't actually use that info? Or you don't actually use that info? Yeah. When I was in second grade, I wanted to build robots. Because in second grade, I got a I got one of those books that has a bunch of science stuff. Oh my god. I forget. It's late. My brain is fried. It has like little snippets of like a bunch of science stuff. I want to say encyclopedia, but it's not encyclopedia. But anyway, it had a bunch of that, and it had like a little corner, a little snippet thing, and it had a picture of a robotic arm. And being in second grade, I just for some reason thought that inside of that little paragraph or so, was all the instructions I needed to build the robotic arm. And after I read it and I realized that it didn't, which by the way, I held on to that book for a while without reading it because I was excited to read it later. I got so excited by reading it and I read it and I realized it was disappointed by the fact that it was just like about it and that's all, that I dropped it entirely. But for a while, I mean, if I wasn't doing this, I would probably go into robotics. Robotics is very entertaining. Or interesting to me. But I'm talking about, like, not programming robotics. I'm talking about, like, machinery. You know? How do I... Current attack info. Attack hold multiplier. You have your friend a book like that when you were kids? Oh, you had a book like that with friends? Nice. You end up in a game design and computer sciences? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Doing real time on a sock is not fun. I mean, yeah, a sock doesn't have many computing powers. If you get 2 socks, at least you got a pair of socks. You know, that probably is better. But what you were doing is making games after dropping out of from college. You never want to do real coding? Yeah, no real coding. Just to be clear, I have nothing against coders. I just don't find it fun. System on a chip. You put socks on chips? I mean, that's just weird. You just when you eat it, you just like nibble on the, like suck on the sock as you like take a bite of the chip. That sounds terrible. I don't know why you would do that. Was your friend's house came back with 5 single board computers? Wait, what? I mean, not only are they bored, which, you know, entertain them if they're so bored, but why they're single? I mean, you know, get them a nice date. Hook them up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're talking about socks. You know, normal things. Normal things. So I'm gonna need to redo all of this. This is gonna be a thing. This whole thing is going to need to, instead of taking it from here, I need to take it from here. I can promote this to a local variable. That'd be better. Oh, I don't need to promote to a local variable. I just get it from the input. Yeah, I'll need to do this basically for everything. Get receive damaged phone. Need some micro HDMI cables? That's something I haven't seen in a while. What do you still have that uses micro HDMI? You got 2 Orange Pi, 2 Raspberry Pi 4. One more that I don't know what should. Ah. By the way, can I just point out that that is a terrible name for this, for the product? Raspberry Pi is a terrible name. I mean, I just want to point that out. And the reason I say it's a terrible name is because if you're not in the know about it, you will not know what it is. It's right. If you don't know a Raspberry Pi is a computer, there's no way you're gonna know that based on the title. It is literally called something else that already exists. That there's already a Raspberry Pi in the world. Why is it called that? That's all I want to know. That's all I want. Orange pies are interesting? I've actually never seen an orange pie, I'll be honest. Is that actually a thing? Orange pie? What is your favorite what is your favorite type of pie, guys? I'll be honest, mine's pretty basic. I like a good apple pie. I knew you were gonna say cream pie, guts. I had a feeling. There is a Raspberry Pi? Of course there's a Raspberry Pi. What? Oh, stop. You know me so well. I do. Can't confirm. Any other ones that I'm missing here? I don't think I am. Well, find out after I file this, and then I just kill all of these. Download your gall, knock up. We're not using it. Yep, attack type. Yeah. Attack damage multiplier. Attack damage modifier. I don't think I'm using that. Compile. Ah, that's where I was using it. I was using it somewhere. And that means I can just detach all of this. Ta-da! Beautiful. You got a what on your desk? Okay, you know what? I take it back. Raspberry Pi is a fantastic name compared to FGA and RISC-V. You know what? At least I can say Raspberry Pi. And I can memorize that instead of FGA. I take it all back. I now understand why they call it a Raspberry Pi. Okay, good. It is what it is. Anyway. We're gonna continue tomorrow. And RISC-V. The card is a D10 Nano. So I'm gonna read it. And the chip is FGA. You know what it reminded me of? The freaking monitor naming. If you look up like a name of any monitor, dear God, who decides those things? It's just a bunch of random letters and numbers. You're lucky if the numbers actually is like the size of it, but it doesn't even always mean the size of it. Field programmable gate array. A programmable gate is something, you know, it's like a garage door. I got that. So there's a lot of garage doors because it's an array. And I guess there's a lot of garage doors in the field, which is probably in a nice prairie. It's a nice view. So we got a lot of garage doors. The question is, why do you have that? We don't need that many garage doors in the field. But, you know, you do you. I'm not going to judge too much. Thankfully, it's not a kink, so I can judge it. Reduce instruction set computing. That just sounds like an instruction in itself. Anyway. That's gonna do it for me for tonight, guys. I'll be back tomorrow at my usual time with the time change. So usual in terms of my local time, I don't know, but usual in terms of any other daytime changing times. Yeah. But in terms of, you know, Pacific time, still 6:30. Thanks for comforting me. You're welcome, Ripping Sticks. Hope you all have a good rest of your night. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.